Alright, welcome back. I just had coffee and snacks and now I'm feeling a little bit too full, but that's not why you came here. You came here to find out about CSS links. So it's actually the same as a HTML link, but we're going to call it a CSS link today, just for something different. So we have my awesome link here. I'll just reload this. Now that does totally not look awesome. So let's give it some styles and make it look a bit better. All right, my link. This is about CSS links. So we're going to go my link, because we just want to style this A and then this class. Start off with color white, I guess. Now we can actually read it. We'll get rid of the underline because that's cool, but then you don't know it's a link. And what else can we do? We can style all of the hover overs and that kind of thing. Now, it is recommended if you want to target the link that you use this link, but I never usually do that. Usually if I'm styling, I just go A or just my link, but then you can put the link in as well. That's just its default styles. So if you wanted, you could go color FFF, and then if we want to style it when you mouse over or when it's hover, and then for hover color, we can set it to red. So now it should go red when we mouse over it, making it a little bit more awesome. And my link, I just have it set to a hash, which doesn't do anything when you click on it, because otherwise it'll go to a different page. But I could link to this. Actually, I think that will link to the file system. What was I doing? All right, we need to also target. See now how it's gone purple, because now that is it's visited, because I've visited it, so it gives it a different color. I wonder if I get rid of that, if that just does, if it changes back to white again, it does. So that's because it is visited. So if we use this, I think it's a pseudo selector, this one. So if we want to style our links that have been visited, not purple, and we have this as link, then we want to change our visited links to probably, you'd probably want to make it the same, usually the same color, but for this example, make them bright green. So now we've got, that's not even hover overing it anymore. Maybe you need hover over after that. Try that. Yeah, there we go. So now the hover over is applying, otherwise that overwrites that. And you can also do the active on the link. So if you wanted to target the active, we could do that. Active is when it is being pressed. So like if I click this, that is active. So if we change the active color to purple, I actually like that purple. So now if I click it, you can see it's purple. So now we've got green because it's visited, and white when it's not. And then if you hover over, it's red, and then if I click it, it goes purple. What else can we do with links? We can change the, that's pretty much it. Oh, we can change it to a button, I guess, couldn't we? So if we want to change the link into a button, links are inline by default. So if we change it to display inline block, then we can start styling it like a block element. So then we can go padding 10 pixels and border radius 5 pixels, and then just give it a background color. I usually just select these yellows, and then I just pick something that is not as gangly, that's kind of near it. If I just make it blue or something, I guess. Something that we haven't got as one of the other colors. Now we've got this. And because if you make it into a button, you probably want to get rid of the underline. So then we go text decoration none. Oh, so we got no text decoration, and we want to change most of these just to white, I think. And then when you mouse over, instead of changing the text color, you probably want to change the background color to make it look more like a button. So we'd probably change this and then change this back to white. And we'll refresh this, and then we'll just make this a little bit darker so it kind of looks like it's cool when you mouse over it. Yeah, so now it's like showing, well, look, I can click that button. You could even use a linear gradient on this one, I think. That's quite cool. I think it's a linear gradient, yes. And then linear gradient, you can go from for 2 colors. So you just pick one of these, and then I think you just put a comma in there. It's either a comma or a semicolon. Oh, that's not working, is it? Linear gradient, maybe the background's over. Oh, because it's the same color. So then we have to change this color to something a bit brighter. And then we should be able to see this. Oh, there we go. It's kind of like a cool gradient button. And then this one, we can then get the link. And instead of this background, we put a linear gradient, but we switch it around the other way. So then it kind of switches. So we just swap these 2 colors. And now we have, we got this back again. I thought I got rid of that. Oh, that's because I put the, what did I put there? You gotta put a comma there. There we go. Come on, isn't it working? Not working? Oh no, we gotta put a semicolon there, not a comma. There. My awesome link button. So that is CSS links. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.